Hello and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I'm Jane Gogodas. In this edition, we attempt to tell the story of pregnant women seeking maternal care at Chisi Island on Lake Chilwa. MRA extends excise stamps on luxury goods. Thanks for joining, and once again, a warm welcome. We start with a visit to Chisi, an island on Lake Chilwa in Zomba. It is home to over 10,000 people. At this island, social services are far and few in between, so much that the islanders are forced to travel to the mainland by canoes to access markets, hospitals, and other facilities. Simeon Boyce visited the island, and in this report, he tells the story about the challenges women face to access maternal care.
In an emergency, a pregnant woman from Chisi Island on Lake Chilwa in Zomba pays 10,000 kwacha for a canoe to sail to Kachulu Beach, from where she will connect to Zomba General Hospital or other nearby facilities. Being an inland lake, the waters are dark, smelly and unsafe. When the time goes past 3 the afternoon, the situation worsens. The island is battered by gusher winds and turbulence on this small lake. The area does not have the boats to endure such treacherous journeys. Now factor in pregnant woman in this. There is no fully-fledged maternity wing here. When labor calls, they have to use this facility, and for referrals, they risk the fury of the waves that threaten to drown the man-made canoes. This is a community closed up and far away from a vibrant medical facility where they can access maternal health services. The closest facility where they can be attended to are private hospitals at Kachulu Beach, Likangala or Zomba General Hospital on the mainland.
When a pregnant woman is due for delivery, she has to endure a long journey that she takes to the hospital. Most pregnant women experience miscarriage, or sometimes they deliver babies under difficult conditions like under a tree or in the canoe. It's embarrassing to them.
Mostly, when we go to our health facility here, we don't get quality maternal health, so we sail through paddled canoes to go to Zomba General Hospital. So sometimes expectant mothers deliver in the canoes or on the road.
It takes hours for an expectant mother to sail on Lake Chilwa to Kachulu Beach using a man-made canoe. Most of the times there are strong winds that affect the journey. As a result, expectant mothers deliver while on the way. Our plea to government is to give us a speedboat, which we can be using as a short-time measure.
This is Chisi Island Health Center, providing healthy services of all sorts to the islanders. But this center, in any better description, is ill-equipped to handle the health needs of the island. For a start, it is small with 3 rooms: the registration room, treatment room, and a small room where patients rest. These rooms are too small to offer any privacy. What is being discussed on the other side is clearly heard by others, so with giving birth. To avoid others knowing what is happening in the makeshift maternity wing, they deliberately raise the volume of the radio to suppress the noises. On this day, we find 28-year-old Dolosi Ngawale, who is now a father, sitting on the side of the bed where his wife is lying on, visibly in pain due to the cesarean procedure she has gone through when she was giving birth and malaria diagnosis that followed. This means she will remain at the healthy facility for a few days before being discharged. In an interview with MBC, Ngawale is expressing his dissatisfaction on maternal health service delivery at the facility.
One of the challenges that we have here at Chisi Island is that the medical facility which pregnant mothers use for medical health services is very small. The situation could be better if we can have another structure for medical services.
His mother-in-law, who was the guardian, feels the island should have an independent maternity wing that will provide dignity to expectant mothers seeking maternal health services.
Government should build us a maternity wing here. It is not good to mix mothers who have just given birth with patients who have been admitted for other ailments. It's undignifying.
Alexander Kumwenda, who is the in charge of the health center at Chisi Island, admits that lack of space and dilapidated facilities affect the delivery of services and the morale of health workers.
It is difficult to work in such an environment, one, because of the nature of the environment, the area we are in, because when you are in a good environment, you're supposed to breathe fresh air. So due to the other reasons, our rebels have some, we call them millennium, which are not conducive for the environment. So we are working in a compacted room. So for aeration to pass properly for the patients and also for the nurses, it's quite difficult. So we are breathing in not safe air, so which gives us to at risk of upper respiratory tract infection for the baby and also for the mother. We appeal to the government so that they can able to provide a small shelter for maternity services only. And also we are asking for the government to intervene because we have few houses for the nurses around here, because it's one of the hard to reach health centers. So because there are few houses, so the health workers, there are just few to accommodate the houses. So we appeal to the government that they'll help us in terms of houses, in terms of rooms, and in terms of maybe we can have some solar piped water so that we can have fresh water, because the bowl usually dries up.
There are plans to renovate the facility. Chairperson for Zomba District Council, Blazilio Chintenga, acknowledges the challenges women face when accessing maternal services at Chisi Island. He says the council had a budget for the renovation of the facility and the construction of the maternity wing at Chisi Island, but the budget was cut to half.
This year, we had a very good news from the government of Malawi that the government allocated a fund to rehabilitate health facilities. And we made a plan that using this fund, we can go and solve all the problems the people of Chisi Island are receiving. Unfortunately, due to some problems, the fund used that instead of receiving 1 billion and some 100 million, at Zomba District Council, we receive 700 and some 10 millions. This affects some project we made a plan. So one of the projects that affected with this situation is Island.
In the meantime, the district office in Zomba has a speed boat which goes to the island once every month to deliver medical supplies and is also used to carry patients for referrals. Commenting on this development, Minister of Health Kumbize Kandodo Chiponda pleaded with the people of Chisi Island and others across the country that are in a similar situation. She says to address the challenge, her ministry is racing against time to achieve the 2030 universal health coverage by embarking on an ambitious infrastructure construction project to increase health facilities across the country.
As a ministry, we are aware of such challenges like the one you have mentioned here, which is the availability of maternal services at Chisi Island in Zomba. We are aware of the challenges. It's not only Zomba, Chisi Island. There are several places where really it's very difficult for our women, especially pregnant women or childbearing women, to get any maternal service. Even if you wanted to do family planning, it's very difficult because of the distances which one has to walk to have any access of any health service as well. And that is why, as a ministry, we embarked on this infrastructure development project, whereby we are saying, no, we need to increase the number of facilities across the country. Even our president has been, preaching about the same, that we need to do this exercise so that we can serve better Malawians. It's not only maternal services, it is under 5 services. The elderly, they also need their special services as well. Our adolescent, we are saying 50% of Malawians below 35, the adolescent, they have their own health needs as well. So we need to reach out to them. So we have already started this project of construction of health post. But also on top of that, it was for the first time we have access to funding, which is mainly for renovation and rehabilitation of district hospitals as well as health centers. And some of the district councils, what they have done is that they are using the same funding to construct maternity wings. I can give you an example. Only last week I was in Balaka, whereby Balaka District Council, they got 1.2 billion just for renovation and maintenance. And they have used part of that funding to construct a maternity wing at Chendausiku Health Center. A very, very beautiful and modern maternity wing. So it is not just Balaka. There are several district councils who really, they have seen the opportunity that they have never had this funding, but now they're using the same funding to make sure that they improve services like maternal services.
This should be good news for the people of Chisi Island, particularly the pregnant women. They wish the maternity wing at Chisi Island was built with speed so to save the many lives that are at risk. In the meantime, this facility, despite its shortfalls, will continue to be their lifesaver. For Beyond the Headlines, this is Simon Boyce.
Now, to widen the tax base, the Malawi Revenue Authority, MRA, has extended the Kalondola excise tax stamps it introduced in 2011 on cigarettes to other luxurious products such as bottled water, wines, and beauty products such as cream body lotions. The extension, which came into force on 1st May this year, is a means of tracing, tracking, and authenticating locally manufactured goods as well as imports. Before, it was easy for business entities to dupe government by under-declaring goods so as to evade tax. But with the Kalondola excise tax stamps, it will be easy to monitor tax compliance and effectively detect tax evasion. The stamps, so says MRA, will revolutionize the country's tax regime. But by how much and how will this be achieved? How will this affect manufacturers and importers? Well, Steve Kuntembwe is the manager for the Kalondola project at MRA.
What is this regime all about? So this regime, we want to track and trace these products from the moment they are imported or from the moment they are manufactured up until they reach to the final consumer. So they are not only dealing with, this regime is not only dealing with importers, because out there is a misconception that we are only targeting importers. No, that's not true. We are also targeting manufacturers. We are also targeting manufacturers. So if a manufacturer is producing an excisable product, let's say beer, we want to track and trace such a product. If an importer is bringing in the same product, we also want to trace and track. This is why we are calling this project Kalondola. It's a typical Chichewa name, Tilondole, following up. We want to track this product throughout the distribution chain. What are the benefits? The benefits are huge, because what is key is we need to ensure that we level the playing field. MRA MRA, our major role is that we are like a referee in a playing field. If you have a referee in a playing field, he will ensure that no one is playing foul play. If someone is playing foul play in a football game, he will issue either a yellow card or a red card. So as the MRA, we are also taking that role as a referee within the playing field under these products. What we want to ensure is nobody should smuggle the products, nobody should counterfeit these products, and nobody should produce these products without MRA's authorization. So this is why we are saying that as a referee, if you are an importer, pass through the border. If you are a manufacturer, make sure that you are registered with MRA. And this is what we want.
But what was happening before this system was introduced?
We used to have several challenges at the import level as well as at the local production level by manufacturers. At import level, what used to happen was that most of these products were being smuggled into the country. They were not following proper border processes. I'll give you an example. We have got several border stations within Malawi, and we've got our system, our border system, we call it as Kuda World. This is a system that captures all border transactions. But if we look at the transactions that we were passing through the border, as far as these products were concerned, they were very few. The volumes were very few compared to what was on the ground. That was an indicator to say most of these products are being smuggled into the country. That has a negative impact on the country as a whole. It means our local industries cannot compete. They will die over time. On the manufacturing side, we also used to have several problems. And you will agree with me that what MRA wants is to have full control of these transactions. At the time that they are producing the products, we need to be aware. Are they producing 1,000 products? Are they producing 2,000 products? We did not have that control. So it was very possible, and that was what was happening. These manufacturers were able to produce millions of products and only declare 1,000 to MRA. It means, as a government, we are losing out because we did not know what is it that they were producing. But with this regime, we have total control because we have our gadgets installed within the production lines. So when the products are produced, we'll count, we'll mark, and in real time, we'll have the information relayed to our MRA server. In that case, we have total control. If they were declaring 30%, this time around, with the coming of this regime, they will no longer declare 30%, they will declare 100% because we have full control.
I think from your explanation, what I'm getting is that the system is targeting large manufacturers. What about small-scale producers?
We have got two types of solutions under manufacturers. We've got the automated solution and we've got the manual solution. The automated solution is for these large manufacturers because their way of production is purely digital. From the moment the bottle is filled with the product up until it is labeled, there's no manual intervention. It's all automation. This is why we are bringing in this solution for these large manufacturers. But for small manufacturers, we also have got a solution because we don't want to leave them out. So the solution that we're bringing in for these small manufacturers is the same solution that we're bringing in for under importers. It's the same. They will purchase, we'll register them first into the system because that is critical. We need to register them. After registration, then they will be allowed to order the tax stamps and pay for the tax stamps within the system. After they have paid for the tax stamps, they will collect the tax stamps and mark the products. The tax stamps that they will collect are the paper tax stamps. They are physical tax stamps. They come in form of a reel. So they will collect those tax stamps and mark their products. After marking, what is also critical is activation. Activation is the same as a declaration. It means they will declare in the system to say, we have affixed 1,000 products and the serial numbers were from this to this. They will go into the system and do that. The moment they declare in the system, it means the product is now ready to go into the market. In the event that they don't activate or declare in the system, our officers, when they go out to do inspections, these inspections are not ordinary inspections because we use gadgets. We use gadgets. The system, the gadgets will recognize that these products were not activated. These products have fake tax stamps. So what we are appealing to the business community is to ensure that they affix the products, but they also activate.
You're saying that the system is crucial in addressing smuggling in the country. How will this be achieved?
If you are a retailer, and your business model is that you should procure your products, these products, from an importer or a distributor, you have a role to play. What is that role? You should ensure that whatever you're bringing into your custody should have tax stamps, because we also empower them with enforcement tools, mobile enforcement tools for retailers and even the general public, that they should be able to scan the products that they are either consuming or bringing into their custody. In the event that you are a retailer and MRA are conducting inspection at your premises, they discover that you are keeping products that do not have tax stamps or they are bearing fake tax stamps, we will confiscate and the loss will be on you as a retailer. So what it means going forward, all these retailers, all these wholesalers, they will shy away from dealing with smugglers, because a smuggler, there's no way a smuggler will access tax stamps. So if I'm a business person and MRA has given me huge penalties, they have confiscated my products because at one point I was dealing with a smuggler or a manufacturer who is unscrupulous, then what it means is I'll have to change behavior. I'll have to stop dealing with such group and deal with legit players. In that way, we will secure the whole market. We want to ensure that this smuggler, this unscrupulous manufacturer, have nowhere to sell their products.
Child marriage continues to be a major concern in the country. This is so despite relentless efforts to ban the practice. Due to poverty and peer pressure, many young girls out there are being married off. Recently, in Salima, authorities there recorded over 200 cases of child marriages. Edgar Kasiafumbi is the social welfare officer for Salima. He says child marriages are a major troubling issue in Salima, seconded by increasing cases of children falling into trouble with the law. He speaks to Charles Chindongo.
In Salima, we are grappling with several challenges, one of them being child marriages. We are recording an increase in terms of number of children who are getting into marriage. Currently, just because Salima, we are implementing child protection case management, currently we have recorded 256 cases of child marriages, and we are working with our partners to make sure that those marriages are nullified, and so that those children who have been removed from the marriages should go back to school. The second challenge is to do with the children in conflict with the law. We are also recording an increase in number of children who are in conflict with the law. So as a council and our partners, we are raising awareness in the communities to make sure that the parents or the communities are aware of the rights of the children as well as the laws governing child protection, so that whenever a child is found in the long arm of the law, they should know how to treat that child, because they are not supposed to take the law into their own hands. They are supposed to report all those cases to appropriate institutions such as police. So I can say that these are some of the challenges that we're facing as a Salima district.
Maybe out of interest, who are people or children in conflict with their home?
I think we can say that these are children who are under the age of 18, but maybe they have committed some kind of offenses that require other institutions like police and court to discharge their cases. So these are the children that we call that they are in conflict with the law.
Maybe on child marriages, what are some of the contributing factors as a council?
We are thinking that poverty is a major contributing factor to child marriages, and we can also single out peer pressure among children. You know, as Salima is a tourist district, we also have the fishing industry. So most of the times girls get attracted to the fishermen and the other people who come to the district for other things like recreation. So they get attracted to them so that they can maybe sell their bodies and get cash for their daily needs.
Now, when a baby cries, a Ngoni woman who is busy with chores gives it alcohol so it gets drunk and sleeps. Well, this is a story acoustically told by Maklutha Mambala, Mwana Akalira Kumangoni.
Mwana Akalira Kumangoni amampatsa mwana. Mwana Akalira eti angoni amampatsa mwana. Maine kuliranga angoni amampatsa mwana. Kutimai wake apange malonda. Mwana Akalira angoni amampatsa mwana. Mwana Akalira angoni amampatsa mwana. Kutimai wake atamange tamange.
Well, with that Ngoni tale as told by Maklutha Mambala, we come to the end of this edition of Beyond the Headlines. As usual, we would love so much to hear from you on these and other stories. Get in touch with us on NBC Facebook page and on the WhatsApp number scrolling right below. I'm Jane Gogodas. See you again next time. Bye for now.